Let's not take you to Botshabelo Cemetery in Bloemfontein, where Rifleman Mokete Joseph Mobe has been laid to rest. Mobe is one of the 3 South African National Defence Force members from the Free State who tragically lost their lives during a peacekeeping mission in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. He's survived by his wife, daughter, siblings and mother. Our reporter Khotso Sello is on the ground and joins us live from Botshabelo. Khotso, good to speak to you this afternoon. Just walk us through what proceedings you've been able to witness there.
Well, Hugo, it's been a very pitiful, sorry type of, ceremony that took place earlier on this morning. We did see a full state funeral for Mokete Joseph Mobe, and his 44 parachute, colleagues were also here, and they gave him, some huge praises, talking about the kind of man he was and the kind of bravery that he displayed in war. But I'm currently joined by somebody who can talk a little bit better about the soldiers in this country, and that's the South African Chief Army of Army, Lieutenant General Mbata. Baba, you spoke honestly and from the heart about people being patriots, particularly our soldiers. And this is a career that's not given to you, but it's a choice.
It's a choice. Allow me to greet the viewers and at NCA. It is so true. We are not soldiers by default, by choice, because to us it is a calling. It is a calling because identifying with this uniform, it's a fulfillment. It defines our purpose that we have chosen to be, being to serve this nation. And the member, our hero, that we are laying to rest today, personifies exactly that image, especially his heroic deeds that has brought it to where we are today, his sudden passing on. Hence I said, we are a nation, we are a force in mourning, but we are not deterred.
And what makes this regime so special, the 44 parachute?
44 para regiment. To be precise, the member is from 1 para. Now, like I said earlier on, it is important that we educate our people. A force is configured, it is designed in a particular way. The airborne force is an elite force. It has a capability, hence I said, not only as part of the landward forces, but they also connect with the air because they are being parachuted in to the battle area. Hence, if you could have listened their code, they are saying we are the first, no matter how they are being overpowered. And I think their patriotic nature and their duty to the nation, they have pledged it quite well. This is what makes them special, because they are part of the special elite forces within the South African National Defence Force as part of the landward forces.
And as we heard from some of the speakers earlier today, that our 44 parachute is one of the best in the world.
It is not just a statement. It is a matter of fact. I have said it, I've met with a number of my counterparts, my colleagues. Their training is up to a level that defines the fact of their professionalism, the standard mating. In fact, if you can listen to what they are saying globally they are second to none. And by saying that, they mean it. I mean, we've been conducting joint exercises. We have a number of countries even till today. They single out 44, not because they are just singling it out. It is because they know exactly the standard, they know the spirit, they know the level of confidence within this member. They know that they are well trained when it comes to the airborne fraternity.
Then why is there so many misconceptions about the capability of the South African Army?
In life, you have a choice. There are those who prefer, before they talk, they prefer to verify facts. But it is very difficult for people to talk before they verify facts. Now, it is not something that I'm going to respond to. I believe it is each and every one of us who has a responsibility. In fact, I was taught as a very young person as a young man that ignorance is a sin. You cannot justify ignorance. I believe if you deal with a process, especially with the armed forces, I referred to an art. It is an art because it is scientific in nature. It is an art in the fact that you have to study it. Those who are part of it, they start from basic up until they reach a particular level. And for us, training is ongoing. Now, to understand it and to unpack it, you have to have the necessary depth and knowledge of understanding their essence and their being and who they are. Hence, I'm saying, misperceptions and those who are continuing with that, it's a choice. Because there are people that I know that they are analysts because they are conducting proper research, and that research informs them before they make utterances.
I mean, the image of the army has taken a bit of a knock with all these utterances. How do we change this perception? How do we make it attractive for young people? Because it is an integral part of a state.
To be honest with you, I know that perception should be managed. That's a reality you cannot ignore. But I need to explain something to you. I do not agree with that statement. And I will tell you right now, the number of youngsters, the number of young people who are swelling our ranks. And I said yesterday, I was with a group of youngsters from Trisai who have joined us as part of the MSDS process. And when I explained to them, I explained the initial enrollment of these young people to the level where they are. They were selected. It's a breakdown that came up to 44. For us to go to 1,590, which is now 93, only shows you the interest that is there. And I need to explain to you clearly, you know, this art should be understood correctly. They say everything at its own time. Make no mistake, during the unrest in this country, it is the very same people that you are referring to who said, where is the defense force and where is the army? It was during COVID that these men and women, that is why we call them the brave, who went there when they were sent off by the commander-in-chief. So I need to say to you, it is not true said that the image has been damaged. The defense force is involved in a number of not only operations, internally and externally, but that there are a number of community outreach programs that I can tell you spearheaded by the commander-in-chief, relegated to the Department of Defense, working with the Department of Public Works. I will single out, for instance, an example. The Wellisizwe bridges in our rural environments. I don't have to say the image is damaged. Go to the local people there. The people will tell you their cry and the demand is quite high. So our people, I need to say it, there is no way that I can qualify the statement that our image has been damaged. But I must indicate, yes, we have challenges. But those challenges are not unique to us. They are not unique to the Defense Force only. They are not only unique to South Africa. I said challenges are all over the world. That is why we have the Commander of the Armed Forces. That is why we have our political principles. That is why we have our parliamentarians, cabinet, to address those challenges that are there. For us, we are best suited to be where we are. We are soldiers.
I heard one of the speakers talk about how when the people in the DRC saw the South African army, they were singing and chanting and saying, peace has arrived in Swahili. I just wanted to know, how's our relationship, South Africa, that is being received in other countries whenever we are there for peacekeeping missions?
I need to start off by saying when I said that the founding fathers of our democracy have laid a very firm foundation. And in their message, where they clearly said, for South Africans to enjoy their democracy, to enjoy their economic growth, to enjoy their security, I believe that vision is still relevant today. There must be peace, there must be stability, there must be security within the African continent. So we are perceived as a force for good, and globally, South Africa is regarded as a force that you can rely on, you can depend on. And the reception in the Congo in the DRC is not coming as a surprise, because we have stood with them for many moons, for many years, and we are still with them today. Like I said, whatever that is happening within the DRC, we are still there. We are awaiting our principals, starting from the Commander-in-Chief, our Minister of Defense, our Commander of the Armed Forces, who are apparently part of the talks that are taking place, because you must understand, we did not go in there alone. We went in as part of SAMI DRC, sanctioned by the regional HQ of SADC, which was also authorized by the African Union. So at this stage, with all the negotiations that are taking place, negotiating the modalities of the ceasefire, from there on, I think we will take the marching from the last word of the Commander-in-Chief, because he is the President of the Republic of South Africa, and we take our marching orders from him through the Commander of the Armed Forces.
And lastly from me, these 14 soldiers, Bafelempini, is this an honorable death?
It's an honorable death. That is why I'm saying it is an honor beyond definition. It defines that they are real patriots. They have stood, they have traveled, they have walked the path of the meaning of service to their nation, to the highest honor, because they understand wearing this uniform, ultimately you pay the supreme sacrifice price, which is ultimately with your life. We salute them and we respect them. And we respect Mobe as part of the 14.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Mbata, coming straight from us in Botshabelo Cemetery, just re-entrenching the fact that the South African Army image is still very respected across the continent and across the globe, and it's the South Africans that need to change that perception.
Khotso, Sello, appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming to us as we continue to give you coverage of several of those soldiers who tragically lost their lives in the DRC.